fight of Youngstown, Ohio, the middleweight champion of the world, Kelly the Ghost Pavlik.
First of all, once again, I'd like to thank everybody, Bella, Bob Arum, and Taylor for the fight that you put up tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. You know, I thought it was a good one. We both went out there. Game plans change. You know, usually I'm the one putting a lot of pressure down and sitting there and just throwing punch after punch. But tonight, actually, I'd use my brain and think of a tactic and come up with something, because everything I was trying to do, he was starting to counter. But we caught on to it midway through the fight. But I thought it was a great fight, and I'd like to thank everybody coming out. If there's any questions, go ahead and ask.
What was the main difference that you noticed in the way he fought you this time?
He sat there and, you know, when he would get close to the ropes, instead of sitting there just laying on the ropes and letting me get off and throw a lot of punches, he sat there and just slid off the ropes. As soon as his back touched, he got off. And he really didn't get himself close to the corner that much. You know, but that was pretty much it. And then he was just trying to feint a little bit more and trying to counter over my jab and things like that we picked up on.
Kelly, the jab that was so effective in the first fight, you didn't seem to be as effective in this fight. Was there any reasoning behind that?
You know, my single jab was when I was landing tonight. I thought that my single jab was landing a lot. You know, my double jab, for some reason, just couldn't get going. Every time I throw the first one, it seemed like it was slower, and then I started seeing it drop a little bit, and I didn't want him to come over top with anything, so I just started sticking to the single jab. And I felt that I was, you know, popping his head back enough to sit there and bring the right hand, so.
Kelly, how did it feel the first time you went the distance in a fight, first time past 9 rounds?
It was good, you know, I got it out of the way. You know, it's in the past now, you know, I can sit there and say I went 12 rounds, just not with anybody, but I went with, you know, Jermaine Taylor, a guy who's been 12 rounds with how many great fighters. So, you know, that's definitely a satisfaction for me, and it's a great learning experience, too.
Kelly, a lot of people had this fight close going into the last 2-3 rounds. How did you have the fight going into your mind mentally, and were you confident that you were going to get the decision after the fight?
You never know. You never know about decisions. You know, I felt that I won the first round, and I thought I lost the second round to the fifth round, or sixth round. But the seventh round on, I felt that I just started dominating, especially the last 3 rounds. I felt that, you know, the fight was in my hands, and I was pulling out by 2 or 3 rounds. You know, I had a 2 or 3 round lead. So, but it's something that you have to go back, watch your film, and look at it and see, you know, exactly what happened. I mean, I can't tell you right now. It was, we threw punches, we were hitting each other, we were thinking about what we were going to do next. I mean, you can't sit there and think about what the scoring was or how much I was winning. Something I have to go over.
Kelly, it seemed like you didn't start going to the body until probably the 3rd, 4th, or 5th rounds. Was that something that it was by design, or was it because Jermaine was doing such a great job at countering every time you get inside?
You know what, he was. A lot of times I just felt a little stiff in the early rounds, really, really stiff. And every time I did go to the body, every time I would take that step, he was just starting to slide out. He was making some good spin outs. So I give him credit on that. It was hard to go in there. I didn't want to go and leave myself open and get caught with a hook. So I just sat there, let it go for a while, started going with the right hand to the body. But then later in the rounds, when he started slowing down a little bit, the body shots started working.
Jack Kelly talked about how he thought it was smart. Use his brain tonight. Can you elaborate on what that was like and how close to the plan did this fight go?
Well, the play was is to back Jermaine Taylor up. And, you know, I thought, first of all, I'd take my hat off to Zell. I think he put together one hell of a game plan. He really did. Jermaine showed a lot of movement. He would not let himself get trapped on the rope. You know, and he kept spinning out from things. But I think once we got Jermaine going backwards again, especially in the 11th round, and you know, we went to the body. I thought we were doing real well towards the middle and the end of the fight. He stuck with you know, the single jab, and he came back after the first, second round. The double jab wasn't working. We got to the single jab. I thought we out-jabbed him again. If you look at the punch stats, I mean, I thought from what I heard, we almost doubled in the connection department. So, I mean, I thought that spoke for itself.
Kelly,
You look great in the ring at 164. How did you feel with that weight, and how long did you even plan on being in middleweight?
You know, it took a long time to get the belts. It really did. We'll go down until we see about how healthy it is, you know, where our health's at, until it becomes dangerous to keep making 160. I think I got, you know, a couple more fights in at 160. I don't want to hand the belts over yet. You know, it's been a long road, and I'm not going to just toss them away because, you know, of weight problem. We'll bring somebody in, see how it is, see how easy it is to get down to 160. If it starts becoming dangerous to us, then we'll go up to 68.
The middleweight championship is a sacred trust. Some of the greatest fighters in history were middleweight champions. Ray Robinson, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Carlos Monzon, Jermaine Taylor. Middleweight championship is something that you don't discard unless you can't make the weight anymore. And right now, Kelly believes he can. And in Madison Square Garden on June 7th, the Big Apple, Kelly will defend his middleweight title. We'll see. There are two possible candidates. One is the Irish kid Duddy, John Duddy, and the other is the Puerto Rican Felix Trinidad. Excuse me?
Would he be sanctioned?
Would he be what?
Sanctioned by anybody. Trinidad, he hasn't beat anybody in years.
Well, that then has to be asked. If he's not sanctioned, he can't fight for the middleweight title, and therefore he would not be a candidate. I think the more intriguing question for me is, can he anymore get down to 160? If he can, then, you know, no matter how attractive that fight is, it can't be done. Kelly is going to defend the middleweight title. And besides, Jack said, Kelly, that you guys are all coming as our guests to Madison Square Garden next Saturday. Duddy is fighting, and Klitschko is fighting for the heavyweight title. So it's another great night of boxing. HBO is putting it on.